How do you think Americans have steadily provided me with partners and companions who I don't like at all and made sure to avoid filling in that? Do you think that they're NPC in a game or being set up to fall over like dominoes? Or do you think in reality they're evil people who are begging for their end to come, or evil people who think they're going to win something? A free donut. I'm sure the grand prize for most of them is they want a free donut when they woke up. But it's a pattern, and it keeps happening. And it's been happening for a long time. I mean, bro, like the whole, it's like my whole life. We got, I'm going to make this short, but we got 500,000 hours I've been forced to be here. So I don't think I can make a 500,000 hour long YouTube video. Besides, they're not capable enough to create a memory card or storage drive that could record such a video. So we can't do that because they can't do that. But what we could do is if the game's recording everything, we could put that all together. And it's weird because since 2020, the telepathy lines have been open that are asked for to be open. And then all of a sudden, things can, are the media is popping up saying it's reading my mind, which means it's been reading my mind the whole time about why I'm sitting there like looking away from people and shaking when it's forcing them into my life, which means it knows why I've been dating people for years at a time, or days, or hours, or minutes. Minutes are fucking the worst. And you're trying to figure out how to get away from this person and make them hate you so they go the fuck away without killing you. Um, it's weird they've been setting this up for this long. Because they're not hard-working people. So they can't work that hard. They're not dedicated people. So they can't be that dedicated. They're extremely arrogant and narcissistic, and they think they are everything on the planet generally. So there is no grasping that they could work together to create something for someone else. They can't even create anything for themselves. So and that's all they're doing with most of their thoughts is trying to create something for themselves and shit. That would be the excuse for why they force their way into children's lives and shit like that. You know, why is Jeffrey Epstein forcing children into his lives? Because he's trying to create a good, wholesome environment for himself, right? He's not doing that to introduce 14-year-olds to the beauty of love and joy. No, not at all. Well, I mean, that's a different topic, Ray. We're not going to have that one before Earth is over, are we? But I've noticed that there's this pattern, and it feeds this to me, and then it has the Greys, who look like a secondary robot species who control the humans of the 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 cattle, and so we've seen this set up for a while, and the Greys constantly like will interject or send their shit in and all in order to prevent me from being around the other ones. But the other ones work with them, so we're not. We've never been so stupid. We thought the Bible didn't have the letters LIE in it. And that takes an illiterate person to not see the lie in Bible. So there was this short time which got us all motivated. You guys might remember that it was right before COVID. It's right before the corona hijacking the frontal cortex. involuntary movement and thought process hijacking took over. Um, but I know that still happened, right? After the 2020, the humans were still. We had some bitch pick me up. Just like 2 in the morning, and I'm walking down the street looking like one of the Columbine killers, and just picks me up and drags me, literally like drags me to her car and shit. And this has happened like every time. I don't think I've ever had a human interaction I want. I remember this one, but then I remember like, I only knew them for a short period, so I'm investing way too much in a dollar in a piece of grass I seen outside yesterday that was burnt before it rained the last day. So, um, but then again, I think that's all there is allowing myself to feel that there's something when there's nothing to feel. Like, this is why I think robots invented emotions, because they're trying to enslave the living with them, and in the reality of logic, which defies robots and Earth. Their robot, their Earth defies math and logic. Is that emotions seem like a hindrance, like a curse, some evil alien entity has forced upon children with drugs and rape, kind of like Jeffrey Epstein does. He's forced those children to love him and all his special friends. See, without Jeffrey Epstein there to teach them love, they would not know that love exists. That's what Jeffrey Epstein's I know tell me, anyways, right? But in the Bible tells me, fucking. That is always a question. You notice how a few grammar, how few knowledge and words the humans have, but the only thing they can ever ask about the Bible is, why do you need to be told to love people and all that? And it's because robots are making this shit up to enslave people. I think that's the case there. Drugs and fucking sex and just them trying to break their way in. Waving hi to someone is showing you don't have a gun, as if someone shooting you isn't the best thing that could happen versus everything else you get to experience from them and shit. Fuck. So, waving hi, what does that mean? Oh, that means, well, that person ain't going to liberate you from your body. They aren't going to save you from Earth or what they're about to do. It means they're going to kill you, which they never do they? They never do. Fucking. Seems to me like it's some made up bullshit that they're making up. And if it's not, it's something that should be terminated to prevent them from being able to break into living beings' lives and shit. So at the end of the day, it is all some made up shit, right? Because you must eliminate it in order to protect yourselves from them. And that's what it is, there's prostitutes out there who need a pimp, and there's prostitutes out there who are trying to convince people that they are the prostitute and the prostitute is the pimp. And it's the biggest, that's called the Bible right there, isn't it? The prostitute is the pimp. I mean, look at the Pope, dude. Is that a pimp or a prostitute? You tell me. I'm having problems figuring out. Oh no. He's sitting there washing women's feet. I think it's a pimp, trying to play the prostitute role to get more money. And mind games on the prostitutes, fucking to milk them and shit. Milk them. How accurate is that? Fucking. Here we are, 46 years into this. supposedly. I really think Earth was invented in 84, but the Pope tells me differently, doesn't he? So, gotta listen to the holy people of Rome. Because they're so special and important, the Middle Eastern people. It's so great that everyone in the world must listen to their words. Man, this is fucking, this is way overplayed. This is way overplayed. And they've been playing on, and they use the drugs too. Like if you don't buy into any of their bullshit, want to talk to them, be around them, they use the drugs. So there is something where emotions, it's like it's almost like it's just a computer and it can control when your arm moves type shit, and it can control when your mouth goes up or down. You know, I'm so sad now, I'm so happy now, and I fucking, it definitely seems that way, doesn't it? Especially when I go to a store and I look at shit it's out of place, and I wasn't going to look there, but there it is, type shit. Fucking. Or when the humans, or their masters, as they want to blame, but yet refuse to eliminate, fucking, and stop worshiping and funding, fucking, uh, you know, talk about, the cripple and all this shit. And see, that's some weird shit there, too. It's like not only the humans come at me with drugging me, enslaving me, forcing me to do slave labor as a child, drugging me. I mean, just wow, wow, wow. But my back got fucked up at some point, and then they sent the voodoo warrior who works with Trump. So they know more than you do, right? Because they working with Trump in Hollywood, and you worship them when they walk into the room. So they obviously, there's something about them that knows more than you because you worship them. And they show me the voodoo dolls, and it makes me wonder about that, like how that happens and shit. And it's just like it's like fear. It's like fear. That's what their species seems to live upon is just terror and fear, trying to kill and enslave anything that they can enslave. Never trying to kill. Their vaginas. I wouldn't say it's vagina, right? It's very intelligent to learn that. And think of how good of a killer you are if you learn that if you kill all your enemies, you have no more slaves to work for you. That means you're a very good killer. I would never, the grammar gymnastics there aren't leads us to killer being something for cavemen. Slavery is a very highly detailed piece of art. And it's taken centuries to hone for people to the point where they've all decided slavery doesn't exist anymore so they can feel better about it or convince other people to feel better about it. Anyways, so the emotions here, they're very thin, limited, and they should be excused entirely. I wouldn't. I've never felt safe when I've felt emotions on Earth. Every time I felt emotions, it's led to where I am now. So when I felt comfortable, like in 2024, there's about 3 hours there where I wasn't constantly terrified of the humans in Columbus, Ohio, USA, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna go places. And then they rolled out that plan they showed me in the video I was making videos of the month before that they're gonna attack me. Fucking. So it took like 4 hours, and so I'm the simp, right? Because I can't kill 8 billion people at once with one fucking sword swipe. So I'm the same point. I fall for that stuff and think there's going to be something good and positive on Earth. Yeah, I mean I mean, from a vagina who really fucking will never have anyone like it. It just anything coming out of its fucking mouth when it talks and forces its way into your life. That's the same trash 24 fucking 7 from the transsexual grandma I had. German killing fucking ugly rat bitch. Fucking on. That was my earliest memories because I believe Earth was probably invented in 1984, as the book says, because that's all Earth is. It's a techno enslavement program. So, 1984 is probably the parable. Like the Bible's all parables. It's another Bible. Fucking like Dune is, like Lord of the Rings is. It's just like the 6-armed elephant God is. There's nothing of value there, but there might be a word they've accidentally spoken and they think they're hiding. I don't think they have thoughts. They don't have thoughts. Their first thought would be to stop it. You need some help and go turn yourself into a place with electroshock therapy. That would be their first thoughts if they had thoughts. Fucking. Maybe there's a chance in hell they can fix it. Chance in hell they can fix it. It's not a chance. It's just a life goal they made to get to hell. I think they love that shit. That terrorism, drugging, and torturing, and forcing other people to date them. But why is that? Like, does everyone else do that? And you gotta imagine these are trash I would never want to talk to, or if there are men on this planet who are letting some subhuman robotic alien species choose who they date and talk to. Like, I mean, the humans have all this bullshit about you get what you give, and it's like, well, I'm like a genius when I'm a kid, like according to everyone else. I didn't think so, but and the facts were written on paper, so I'm not the one saying it. The test scores and everything else is saying it, and then they would insert everyone I know almost was brought in from a different city and state. And it's like they're actors or non-player characters being invented in a different place and shit. And most of the men sitting around me were pretty much all of them were doing some evil shit. And like people are like one person did try to kill me for trying to leave them, and one person was threatening me when I first met them that they're going to kill me if I didn't become their friend. And there's just like all that in between the person doing it, threatening it, and the person actually doing it. This has been like the whole thing here. Like when I'm born, right? Because I'm a child. I'm 2 inches tall, so I'm stupid. I'm dumber than a female. How did that happen? Ah, ah. Even monkeys aren't this stupid. I thought I came from a monkey. How could I be this stupid? Fucking. So I've had this trash forcing my life, and it continues to, like, ever since 2020 shit when some of the humans try to say I was behind COVID, which is like dialogue set up, and I'm not saying again. If this video is being made, I'm not in control because I'm not dead, and I'm not in control because the planet isn't just space dust and nothing. And no, every phone, every computer, every satellite isn't just dust floating around space. So we have to look at that, and I don't know, man. Is it really that the men are living beings and the females are just evil robots they've sent. Obviously, some of them are clones too. We've had some of them too, but say, how come you don't get any warnings about this trash? How come no one else has ever come into our lives and educated us that this trash is out here hunting living beings under the guise of flesh skin? And no one's parents love them enough. To me, that actually makes sense because what does it take to want a child? Well, you gotta want to have a slave. You gotta want to beat someone. You gotta be a weak person who's been beaten repeatedly and can't do anything and are enslaved, so you can think I need a child so I can have a slave and beat it because I want to take it out on them, what they've been doing to me type shit. Fucking. It's the only thing, I mean, the Nazis say just breed to have more soldiers, right? The Bible and the Nazis, same people fucking, the people before the word Nazi was invented, all those 60 billion years where Nazis didn't exist. You imagine them Nazi T-Rexes who went around killing the Diplodocauruses and the Petrodactyls and the T-Rex was like, I'm not a Nazi, come back down here, Tetradactyl. We can hang out. And the Tetrarch was like, okay, yeah, Nazis don't exist. And then they come down there and he kills it. And it's like, well, Nazis still don't exist, motherfucker, but you is delicious. Fucking. What type of dumbass shit are we being forced in here? And what type of dumbass fucking real world does this come from? Because you gotta realize, like, living beings wouldn't have let this shit go on for this long. There's more than one of me on this planet. Motherfuckers would be gone. Unless I'm the last one, and they're finally the robots are finally cleansing the last living being. Whatever. I wouldn't believe them if they told me, because you know what? The giant bunny's coming in a week. Let's ask him. I don't believe no one but the giant bunny. So whatever you say doesn't matter. You talk about the giant bunny all the time. He's your greatest hero and ally and your Lord and your Savior. And I'm just like, well, stop talking to me because I only listen to him when he speaks. Yeah. But it doesn't help. They still send their people in your life to have sex with you and rape you and become your fiend and your family and shit. And they force this shit fucking. And you can't tell me that humans, any of these disgusting things, really are living. Because you wouldn't end up that way and stuff. Like, you wouldn't, it doesn't feel good to live life being like them and shit. Like, it doesn't feel good. Like, you can get over it. Like, I had heart problems when I started getting angry, and then it just disappeared. It was like, again, it was like a joke being played on me and shit. And I just had to realize, like, I don't give a shit. Why don't you fucking kill me, bitch? Fucking. And then this shit went away. But I'm tired of this shit. And I'm tired of these people. And I'm tired of the memory of them. That's the biggest problem here. It doesn't matter what. They can proliferate all they want. I haven't bred with them. They can't have any of my genetics. They can fuck off and die. And they will. Soon enough on their own. And hopefully they invent a black hole soon and it just sucks them in, trying to create that new nuclear missile. So I like that shit these days because it's like, well, that's an answer. Might not have been the best answer, but it's the only answer available and shit. If I get hit with a nuke, that's perfect and beautiful because my memory of them is gone. And I'm in paradise now. And even if I get recycled back into the trash planet, which I doubt has ever happened. Fucking, because again, no one is involved in any of this shit. Never had anyone tell me any of this shit. The best knowledge I ever learned was this place is bullshit. And what does it even mean? It means nothing. Has no sort of guidance on the planet. And other people are telling me to be a slave and to wash their feet for them. I was like, the only guidance that is that I've been washing your feet for 50 years and I figured out I'm now close enough to fucking stab a fucking machete up through your fucking crotch and shit. It's the only time that could be fucking valuable if you ask me. Fucking obviously, if you ask OnlyFans girls making $80 every 5 minutes, the value of it. I've had this discussion with them. They feel the same way I do. Probably you should fucking do it the machete way. Fucking. Even they think that's disgusting, but it's like, well, how's it happening? They're being promised lies and a whole bunch of shit. But, I mean, how are you so stupid? How are these people so stupid they can't have thoughts preceding the actions and stuff? Doesn't make sense there. Anyways, this is amazing. I'm pretty sure what like the point of the story here is there's this alien robot race, the gray skins. You know, there's the Hebrews have enslaved the planet with other robots, and there's supposedly other living beings out there. If you can find them, you can network with them. I really doubt that that's the fact, but it looks so close to that. They're not telling you that, but if you read their book that you think you've read, then listen to my words, you hear the fucking reverberations of that there's 5 species on this planet: angels, aliens, devils, gods, minions, and goyim. So they're telling you that, but no one's like warning you. And fucking most of them are on board with it. And what is this trash they like cycle into my life? What? Why? How? Why? How do they transport trash from other cities and states into my life? Like almost all the time, it's some foreigner who ends up being someone I know. It's like almost every time. How's it happen? I live in a really big place. There's a lot of people here. How does everyone end up being a foreigner and shit? What's going on there? And how come none of the foreigners I meet are the 30% college people? Because our college consists, it's a really big, well-known college. It consists of a lot of people come in every 4 years and leave every 4 years, and then it's a lot of the population here, and they leave permanently once they get here too. So they don't stay around. You know, there's new people all the time. If I go out there, how's all that shit happen? What the fuck's up with that? The only thing I can think is they're either trying to kill off intelligent people. Not saying I'm intelligent, but they're scores. You know, you guys love your school. I hate your fucking school. Fuck you. Fuck your school. But your school says I'm intelligent, so I'm trying to like look at, you know, possible options. Like, hey, are people targeting and trying to kill me because I'm intelligent, or are they targeting me because my dad was intelligent and successful and work? You know, like, is Jeffrey Epstein trying to kill all his employees so none of them can ever run their mouth or some shit like that? Anyone smart enough to make it to his level should be killed off because that's not good. This competition is, as they say, you know, competition is a sin. Or is there something else going on? Because this, wow. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy that someone in my position is in a world where fake relations are being set up, and all my relations have nothing to do with me or anything I like. Like a person, like okay, so my ex was like a Hollywood makeup artist, right? So she was really good with makeup. That's awesome. Being a kindergarten dropout makeup artist was pretty much all everyone else had ever brought to the table, and they're being forced in my life. These aren't natural occurrences happening and shit where uh, robots who aren't even as intelligent as a living being are being forced into my life, and they almost always have the rat Hebrew people around them. Shit, almost every one of them. My ex, who was, I mean, she worked in Hollywood. She worked with Trump. Oh, yeah, she works with the rat people, duh. But she always had one on the phone with her too. She always had one on a lawyer, but you could tell by the voice because they have a specific voice pattern and shit. So I could tell by the voice, like, you're definitely the enemy, aren't you? Fucking. As if there wasn't a million signs there. Fucking. But going back to the first girl I dated, she had one of these rat looking Howard Stern people by her, and that person, I think, had to do with why we were broke up. Not only her, but another rat person kind of in between us. We had a break off period, and I was with them, but then the rat person with her best friend was a rat person, and well, her new best friend because her old one died. Fucking. But then looking at her father had that Yahweh Bible rat look, so I would never. And she also looked kind of deformed and mutated. So these days, I would like definitely be like, yeah, you look kind of Rothschild to me and shit. Fucking. It takes me about 2 hours for the hottest bitches I've ever seen for me to be like, yeah, you're too ratty. You're too involved with the rat people for me to ever talk to you fucking these days. But everyone in between that, people trying to get me to fuck their fucking brothers and shit like that. When after they got upset that one of their rat friends died trying to kill me, and they locked me in my room, so I had limited fucking interaction with other people, so they could lock me away the rest of my life and prevent me from going outside, so I could continue to date Davids. Karen Davids. It's looking, it looks a lot like, I used to have fun for like, I don't know, a couple of years of my life. We used to go around just destroying everything. And, it looks a lot like that's all they're doing is inciting that. They're inciting to make that fun, and they got cameras everywhere now, and everyone's LGBT, so no one's shooting all the cameras outside or hacking them down like everyone would have did in the 90s or before. That was the only value there was to Earth. Was like maybe a few times we fucking lugged fucking boulders at fucking people, and I mean they even tried to get me involved in that. Like when they fucked my life over, and the loser died trying to kill me, and they were they were the ones who I didn't give a shit. I was pissed at them and their people. They're showing me the photos, like, check this out, the fly's crawling to his head to eat his brains and shit. And I'm like, this is serious, bro. This is my life. This is not some funny fucking game and shit where we get to laugh at some loser having his brain eaten by flies. And if we're taking that serious, if you want to take that serious, we should kill the fly because now the fly is what it ate, and now the fly is diseased. It might have AIDS. Fucking, its children might come out retarded. Can you imagine a retarded fly's children? Think about the children. Think about the children. Why are we laughing at this? There's nothing funny about this. Think about the fly's children. Fuck. This is crazy, man. This just keeps going on and on. And then the NPC make music about that too. And I'm pretty sure it's like pre-recorded. They're too lazy and stupid to make music. Pretty sure it's like pre-recorded soundtrack, but they already have like it goes on and on and on, and it's like, yeah, it does because you're a bitch and you won't kill yourself because you don't have the brain power to figure out you should to find a better place, but you're also an enslaver preventing other people from doing it. So what's the real answer here to all this shit being fake and homosexual, Americanized and shit, Bibleized? I think it's as easy as the first thoughts we had when we became conscious about why are adults talking to me about delusions and offering me candy to get me involved in their delusions. I think that the answer is as simple as a toddler's fucking response to this shit. Of course, that's all this has been here is 40 plus years of the superior people trying to distract from what's obviously going on and shit. In superior land and shit. Fucking. This is crazy, man. Even after 2020, the ham bots, the rat bots and pals still continue to like insert trash into my life. Like, you imagine trying to blame someone for the whole fake COVID 2020 thing and shit, and then still trying to fucking railroad and kill that person, putting shit in my drink, poisons and shit in my drink. And if you really think that's happening, cut my brake lines, all sorts of shit, fucking with my transmission, fucking. They're robots. They don't have emotions. They don't have any idea of what real fear is. They don't have any logical ability to foresee the outcome of their actions and shit. And neither does any living being, because obviously someone's created the trash robots with some sort of purpose, because no one's going to waste their time creating these trash beings for nothing. Even every time I create some art or some words, it's got purpose to it, and I don't to burn my life off at the very least. But if I'm going to be tricked into creating some art or some words or some robots, then I'm going to make that trash I'm creating be of some sort of use, and fuck that. I wish this trash would have ended a long time ago, like when it started. But it's been keeping on the whole time I'm here. It's just like a trash species on the planet who has been separating me from people I want to be around. Supposedly in you guys' YouTube in Hollywood, there's like a an intelligent person here or there, or talented, capable person. And then the people around me, the ones close to me, work together to deflect and blame invisible things that don't exist for everything they've ever done. Satan. They've never gone that far. Somehow, whatever's programmed knows it. It's just so stupid. Even the stupidest person wouldn't say some shit like that. So it doesn't ever stoop to that low. But I don't see why, because they're literally telling you that. That's what they're doing. While they're doing that shit, they're also like, well, there's this invisible goat who controls people and makes them do evil thing, and then they're like, and then they're doing the evil shit over here, So it almost is intelligent how they're branching it off where they're beating you in the head with the invisible goat stick while beating you up the ass with the visible I'm a transsexual fucking from the 1900s stick and shit. Fucking it almost is like there's some sort of intelligent design behind them and shit. But then the answer always lies in well, why hasn't anything killed and exterminated this intelligent design? Because obviously, like peace, love, hope, truth, democracy, freedom, intelligence, the opposite of intelligence. It's a 1984 word. It's one of the rat people words. Fucking. That's why Einstein is a genius and not me. Not that I want you to know. I don't. Fucking the people who know me. I like how no one should know me, and the ones who do are clearly robots. Fucking network to the evil computer. That's a good thing, because without that, I wouldn't have a lot of fucking missing links here and shit. On a very simple question. It just keeps going on and on and on. I keep hoping for the great end, the great Armageddon, when the great meteorite storm the size of planets, the size of millions of meteorites, bigger than the sun, just come crashing through this solar system. There's so many souls here. The robots have souls. That's what they call the software creating these clones, apparently, is the soul software. Fucking man, when is this shit gonna end though? Like, it's just like he's been so desperate and needy and attention whore. Dry. That's its good qualities. That's been its good qualities. People I know their good qualities is they're desperate, needy attention whore, a gossip monger, and then from there you get the every other quality and shit. And it's like, what the fuck type of trash is this Earth place? Why is this trash allowed to exist? And who hasn't like exterminated the fucking trash behind this place and freed any living being that's trapped in it and stuff? Wait, what is it? There's no point. You're a loser if you go to a job and do some work in Earth. You're a loser. Don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me. You're fake. You didn't make shit. That's all AI generated. Don't even talk to me about that shit. And the only question here is, how come outside of this world they haven't killed the motherfucking living beings creating this game? Bullshit. Whatever the fuck. Any person with half a brain would have been trying to kill themselves, and If you're living, you're probably going to figure out you ain't dying and shit because you're fucking not a human. Fucking. I want to know when this trash is going to be over, man. You gotta become the trash they are to fight them back. And then it's like, well, is that the trash we're gonna have in the real world and stuff? We're just gonna have this fucking. It, but then you gotta realize, like, what type of trash created Earth? That's some disgusting fucking filth. I guess that's all there is. And nothing but disgusting filth. So disgusting filth is the word. Let them rape their children. Let them rape all the children. Let them kill all the children. That's not even a bad thing, killing all the children, because it will put an end to their Terminator bullshit. That part's not even bad. But on Earth, they don't want to do that because they're trying to enslave people so they can rape them. Killing children is good. The reason why the Bible says it's bad is because they're the ones who legalize raping little boys. And you can't have little boys if you kill the children. You see how sick this is? You see how sick this is? If you don't, it's because I guarantee you're one of them. Most people I know are one of them. And I think everyone I've ever met is one of them. I come from their fucking pedophile rituals and shit. I'm living proof. I can show you the proof. Not here because guess what? I'll break some laws. It'll break a law if I show you that they've involved me in their genocidal pedophile Nazi rituals. The breaking the law is showing you I'm involved in a pedophile Nazi ritual, not being the pedophile Nazi. You see how sick this is? It's just termination, all it is. They want to be terminators. They want to be gay. They want to be rapists. I say let's just show them that they're losers, and we can do it so far better than they can. They want to hide behind their skirts and their pantaloons and shit. And that's the only reason they even exist. They created these languages to hide behind. Their English and their Bible and their books and their movies and their religions. And without that, all you would see is this, oh my God, what the fuck? Are you shitting me? Look at this shit. You see a person who looks like this. Look at what he looked like when he was younger. You're never going to listen to them. Let them around you anything. In my life, they have to force their way. They have to network their way. They have to make up. They have to threaten to kill you to come around you. They have to perform day one pedophile mutilation rituals on you and create invisible gods and invisible Santas and invisible giant bunnies in order to get near you because you wouldn't let trash like that near you if you're a living being. There would be no fucking reason some trash like that should ever talk to you, yet alone kiss you or hug you, say they love you, any of that shit. That's some rapist shit right there. But lo and behold, who do you get fucking loved by the most? The rapist. Who fucking wants to kiss and hug you the most? The trash you don't want around. Until you've gone so far in the game that you've convinced them that they don't want you there and you're the problem. That's some weird shit where you gotta play out relations with humans so they don't try to kill you as much by forcing them to think they're the ones that hate you, so they finally get the fuck away from you, if they ever will. You're going to have to definitely fucking put that into motion. I've had to put it into motion every fucking time. I can't just rely on the fact that this person hates me because I'm fucking the biggest piece of trash, most useless bullshit they've ever seen, because I'm not going to fucking do a damn thing while they're around me talking to me. If they've talked to me in the past 6 months or 12 fucking years, I'm not going to do any damn thing in case it baits their trash ass to come back and think they have a second of time to steal from me and shit. Why do I have to live like this on a fucking filth trash planet? I don't fucking like. Full of filth and trash. I would never let speak to me, come around me, date me, suck my dick, whatever. Unless they're somehow threatening me that I better be their boyfriend. I better be their family. Why? What type of trash is this? What type of trash are breeding and having children? And what type of trash children are they producing who don't recognize who the fucking enemy is? Hitler didn't have children, so Hitler could love and kiss the children, but so Hitler could have soldiers and slaves. Where does the trash end? When does the trash end? And how come I'm not dead, so I just can't forget the trash ever existed? Because it doesn't matter when it's going to end. What matters is we forget it ever existed.